There's not many black robes in this movie. It's different. So Harry is stuck with the Dursleys again over the summer. His uncle Vernon has his sister named Marge, who is a really unpleasant person. We never really learn why she's an unpleasant person, kind of like how we don't learn why Uncle Vernon and Aunt Petunia and Dudley are all terrible people. They're just terrible. I wonder if anybody has the last name Dursley in real life. Like if you're walking down the street and some guy walks up to you and says, "Hi, I'm Christopher Dursley," you'd say, "Yeah, get away from me." Anyway, Marge gets extra mean and insults Harry and his parents, so he accidentally uses magic to make her blow up like a balloon and float away. Harry thinks he's going to get kicked out of school since Hogwarts has a strict rule about no magic outside of school, so he walks around and finds this crazy vehicle called the Night Bus, and it's all wacky. It takes Harry to the Leaky Cauldron, a place where wizards hang out. The Minister of Magic, Cornelius Fudge, dumb name, says, "Nah, it's okay, you got that lady blown up like a balloon, you can still go to school." Then Harry learns something that sounds scary. There's a crazy guy named Sirius Black who escaped from Azkaban and is out to kill Harry. Now you're probably wondering, what's up with all of this? So Azkaban is this crazy prison, kind of like Alcatraz, where it's for people who are really bad, but in this case, witch and wizard people, and is guarded by these guys called Nazgul, oh wait, that's not it, Dementors, and they look like this, oh wait, wrong photo, that's the one. And Sirius Black is somebody who used to be friends with Harry's parents, then turned evil, and no one really knows why. So Harry and his friends get on the train to Hogwarts, which is now being guarded by Dementors. One of the Dementors comes over to say hi to Harry, which makes him faint. But then a new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher named Remus Lupin fends it off with something called a Patronus charm, and it looks like a big flashlight. At school, Dumbledore says Dementors will be guarding Hogwarts until Sirius Black is captured. Now, I have mixed feelings about this. On the one hand, there is a wizard serial killer running around who doesn't like one of the Hogwarts students. But these Dementor guys suck the life out of people if you get too close, so you shouldn't get too close. Duh. But kids are bad at following the rules. Plus, Harry and his friends are third years, so they're turning 13. They are teenagers now. Uh-oh. And if a kid at Hogwarts gets too close to a Dementor and it sucks the life out of him or her, oh boy, think about the lawsuits. Plus, don't a lot of Hogwarts' biggest threats come from within? In the first movie, a teacher brought Voldemort into the school, and in the second movie, a basilisk was just hanging out in the basement. Anyway, Hagrid is now a teacher this year, but his class doesn't go very well because his department is care of magical creatures, and those animals can be dangerous. He introduces a hippogriff named Buckbeak to the class on the first day of school, and a hippogriff is basically a giant muscle bird, and of course Draco Malfoy acts like a butthead and gets the animal to attack him. So his father, Lucius Malfoy, bad guy, cool name, has Buckbeak sentenced to death. Then there are more problems. The Gryffindor dorm rooms are attacked and people think Sirius Black is at Hogwarts, so they put the whole place in lockdown. Then Dementors attack Harry during a Quidditch match and he falls off his broom and goes to the hospital. After Harry gets out, Ron's cheeky twin brothers Fred and George catch him trying to sneak off to Hogsmeade since Harry is not allowed to go due to safety reasons. So Hogsmeade is this fun little town close to campus where the teenagers can go hang out and be teenagers so they're not getting into trouble on campus, since teenagers are bad at lots of things but great at getting into trouble. Fred and George give Harry this thing called the Marauder's map, which is a map with a spell on it that tells you where people are at Hogwarts, so Harry can sneak out to Hogsmeade and hang out with his friends. Harry uses this to be sneaky and eavesdrop on some adults and learn that Sirius Black was his godfather who betrayed Harry's parents to Voldemort and killed their friend Peter Pettigrew. Also, Harry really wants Lupin's help learning the Patronus charm since he keeps having problems with Dementors. After that, things start to get complicated but really interesting. First, some bad stuff happens. Buckbeak is executed, a black dog drags Ron into the Whomping Willow, Harry and Hermione chase him into this creepy place called the Shrieking Shack, where they find that the dog is Sirius Black, and Professor Lupin is there and gives Sirius Black a big hug. They're in cahoots, or something. And Professor Lupin is a werewolf. Then Snape shows up and Harry knocks him out. Yeesh. Lupin and Sirius Black tell Harry that Sirius is innocent and Peter Pettigrew, who is supposed to be dead, is the one who's actually guilty. And it turns out Peter Pettigrew is hiding as Ron's pet rat, Scabbers. They turn Pettigrew back into human form, and that proves it. Then night falls, and it's a full moon, and Lupin is a werewolf, so he transforms and it gets super dangerous. Sirius turns into a dog and holds off the werewolf while the teenagers, escape. Then Sirius gets injured and he escapes, but some Dementors swarm him and somebody fights them off with the big Patronus charm. This is crazy, you guys. But then it gets even crazier. Sirius Black gets captured and sentenced to the Dementor's kiss, so he's going to be executed. So Hermione reveals that all year she's had something called a time turner, which turns back time and allows her to take extra classes. So they go back in time and fix the bad stuff, saving Buckbeak from being killed. And when Sirius is getting attacked by Dementors at the end, Harry realizes it was him that cast the Patronus, so he casts a really big one and saves Sirius. And then he and Hermione put Sirius on Buckbeak and they escape, and everything is not perfect, but a lot better than it would have been. Except Lupin resigns regardless, since he's a werewolf and a danger to the kids and teenagers. This movie is really good, and it might be a little too scary for kids, but it's got good stuff though. Harry and Ron and Hermione are working as a team, and they realize that some grown-ups are good, some grown-ups are bad, while a lot are somewhere in the middle. And sometimes society gets the wrong idea about people. So you change what you can, try to protect the people you care about, and realize maybe you can do really cool stuff you thought was impossible. Also, make sure at least one of your best friends is a nerd overachiever who has a time machine, because that can fix a lot of your problems. So I'm not sure if this movie is super good for kids, but I think it's good for teenagers.